So if I needed to bulk, here's what I'd do first and why before I went into the bulk. This video is going to speak about a client transformation which has just finished. This is a 15-week transformation, and I'm going to explain the process of why we didn't go straight into a gaining phase to get the first outcome that we did. And I'm going to aim to racket this video off within 10 minutes. That is going to be my goal. So I'm going to come at you hard, fast, and aggressive. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Tom Sergi. I run the Gorilla Platoon, which is an online physique transformation program like this. We've been running for since the start of the year, and we're on 27 results so far. So if you want to be part of that and be on the page, there'll be links in the description to book a call. Now, who is this video not for? It's not for the guys that are already 10% body fat, because you need to go straight into a gaining phase. I won't try and fluff this around, boys. You need to go straight into a gaining phase. However, if you're 15% or above, like this guy's sat around the 17 marker, 16 marker, probably the 16 marker, then this video is for you. Or if you're significantly fatter, this video is for you. So, the way we're going to approach this, and by the way, we can see for sure, he's built some muscle, he's dropped off some body fat. Is he in greater lighting? Yes. Is he with a pump? Yes. And you must understand that across the two photos. Motherfuckers online will sell you the dream, and I'm here to be honest with you boys. I'll tell you when we're in different lighting. I mean, it's obvious, you can see it yourselves. But we can't deny the fact that he built some muscle over the course of the 15 weeks. Now, this guy started and he was in a state of detraining. Or you could be starting in a space of not really that much gym floor experience. You will blow up. You will blow up with solid levels of training. With me watching your repetitions and making sure you're training like a savage, you will blow up. Now, the approach that you're going to take here is slightly different to a full-blown fat loss phase. In the art of recomposition, where in a shorter time frame, we're looking to give you the best opportunity to build muscle, because for sure this guy needed to build some muscle, but we also want to pull off body fat. This is the approach that I take to get results like this. Have I done this in the past? Yes. This is a very, you could argue, this guy here, apologies for my tech abilities. This guy here, oh, you can see it. This guy here was the same. I also had this guy, also the same. And I believe, yeah, this guy as well, also the same position. Okay, all in that space where we needed to do the recomp priming approach is kind of what I call this. What we're doing is priming you for a full-on gaining phase, which is now going to happen. How do we do this? Well, we take your initial start point of your scale weight and your body fat, and we must understand that if you're sat around 17, we want to get you to around 10, 9% body fat. Why? Just to give you the best amount or the longest runway that you can have in that gaining phase. Because for sure, you can gain from any level of body fat, but will you stick to it? Probably not. Why? Because the fatter you get, the further away you get from the goal you originally intended, which was to have a strong, sculpted physique. If you're a guy that trains in the gym, your identity is someone of an athlete and someone that builds muscle. The fatter you get, the further you get away from that identity, and the more painful it is to walk around day to day. So you can tell me I'll bulk from 20% to 30%. I guarantee most people don't have the stomach to stick for that. Without going too much into the science, because I haven't looked at it drastically, just from the surface level stuff I've learned, you're not as responsive to the way your body's going to utilize nutrients when you're 20% body fat versus when you're 10% body fat. And I've been through a few bulks and cuts. Like when you are 10% body fat and you have carbohydrates, you fill out and you blow up like a motherfucker. I'm now been bulking since February. The pumps just aren't the same. I've gone from 75 to 89. I'm a lot softer. I'm probably around about 19% body fat. And the pumps just aren't the same. I'm just not as responsive to the way my body utilizes carbs because I've been maxing them for, well, a fair amount of months since February, right? So that's why it helps to cut down to 10% first. So how you're going to approach this is, you're going to take your maintenance and you're going to drop it by 200 calories. Now that's relative. This guy, for example, his maintenance was 2.8, so we dropped to 2.6. We kept it at that for the first 6 weeks. Now you will see a slight drop off on the scale, because you are in a little bit of a deficit. You're training and you're doing steps. Great. However, it's not a massive deficit. So what it still allows for is plenty of food, plenty of nutrition to drive gym floor performance. There is no other way to build muscle than to get in the fucking gym, apply progressive overload, train like a savage, and move more weight the next time than you did the time before that. You're looking at 4 metrics when you're in the gym. And when people are sending me form clips, this is what I'm looking for. Tempo, speed of repetition, how long it takes you to come from the top to the bottom, the pause, and then the drive back up. As a rule of thumb, take 3 seconds to go from the top to the bottom, stop at the bottom for a second, and then drive back up. You will not go far wrong. Next thing you're looking at is range of motion. More distance traveled will equal more gains and more mechanical tension on the muscle. So don't be doing half reps on anything. Take it for a full range of motion. Next thing you're looking at is arm path. So the way we're able to stack on muscle across his chest, across the two photos, is we focused on driving the humerus towards the midline of the body. Why? Well, the pecs start here and they attach onto the humerus. So our goal is not to press the load from A to B. Our goal is to drive our humerus towards the midline of the body. And you want to have that same effect across all arm path. The goal to train the lats is to bring the humerus, because the lat starts down here, touchy fingers, and inserts onto here. So we want to think about dragging our elbows down towards our hip in order to train the lats. And it's that level of detail that's going to really make the difference with your physique. And then the final point would be your ability to train hard to true intensity. I've done many videos on how to know if you're training hard enough, and that is going to come down to how quick is your last rep. If your last rep is 1 to 2 seconds, you have more. If your last rep is 3 or 4, you're more in a space of training to true failure. That's how you're going to approach your training from start to finish. If you've got the capacity to do it, train 5 days, push, pull, legs, rest, chest and back, arms and delts, second rest day. If you can only do 4 days, full body push, full body pull, times 2. If you can only do 3 days, if you're looking for a male aesthetic of a body, I'd go upper, lower, upper. If you want a more general approach, full body A, full body B, and then just alternate every time you step on the gym floor. That's your approach to training. Nice and simple. Where this is going to come from is the feeding. So you're going to sit just below maintenance for 6 weeks. This will allow you the best opportunity to progress in the gym, and you'll pull off a little bit of body fat. After the first 6 weeks, you then start to get more aggressive, where you're looking to drop 1% of the scale weight per week. At this point, I would start to push cardio up first, starting at 20 minutes per day, heart rate 120 to 130 on something that's non-impact. That way we don't accumulate too much fatigue, so we can do it daily, and doesn't spike our appetite too much, so it doesn't really burn out our deficit. You're then going to progress that if the scale weight doesn't drop off the week after that to 30 minutes, then to 40 to 50, and maybe finishing on 60 towards the end. You have also got the option to pull from food, in which sense I would tell you to pull down from fats first to allow plenty of carbohydrates to go in for gym floor performance, and of course protein to repair the growth from the damage that you're doing in the gym. That is the way you're going to approach nutrition. You're going to track all your metrics, and you're then going to make the changes relative to what that data is saying. Is the scale weight dropping? No. Cool. Make a change. Increase cardio or decrease food, but I'd go increase cardio to begin with for the reasons that I've just mentioned. If it is dropping off, leave it as exactly where it needs to be and keep rinsing and repeating it until it starts to plateau out. Now, one of the main reasons you will grow well is your ability to be selfish and to sleep 8 to 9 hours every night. The reason people don't grow is they just don't recover from the damage they've done in the gym, and they go and create more damage, and they don't recover from that, and they create more damage and don't recover. And in the end, they're just fatigued and still small because they never gave their body the chance to regrow back better. I push 9 hours sleep for as long as I can remember in the gaining phase, and it's allowed me to build new tissue. Do not underestimate, do not pay lip service to sleep. It's kind of cute when people speak about, oh, you should sleep well, but just look at it like this. You're going to go into the gym, you're going to damage the fuck out yourself, and then you need to sew back and re-amend what you've just damaged, and the only way you can do that is sleep. Don't worry about cold plunges, don't worry about red light therapy, don't worry about foam rolling, don't worry about any bullshit. Get an extra hour in bed, your body will significantly thank you for it. Because let's be honest, all these new fancy things have not been around for the longest period of time. Sleep is the best way. It's been around the longest period of time in order for us to grow bigger back better. So, in simple terms, that's how you're going to approach doing this form of a recomposition. Any questions you have on this, I would love to delve more deeper into it. I'll make videos on the questions you ask me in the comments. So make them specific, make them for other people as well, and I'll do videos on your comments. For now, that is how we executed a body recomposition in 15 weeks. He's now in a prime position where we can go and secure a lot of tissue. For context, we did pull 6 kg off the frame between the two photos and also gave ourselves the opportunity to build some muscle too. Hopefully you found this useful. If you did, subscribe. If you didn't, don't subscribe. And I will see you tomorrow.